Hello and welcome to another episode of what do we even call this show anymore? Bats and Owls Productions. I'm your host Batman, and this is my co-host Superman. How you doing, Superman?
You're wearing a Superman t-shirt.
So are you?
Yeah,
but there is a good
you can call me Superman, but you can't call yourself Batman.
I'm Batman.
Not me, I'm a Superman.
But isn't it fitting that we're talking about superhero shirts? Because guess what got announced this week?
Well, not Superman.
Well, no, multiple DC animated movies. And to celebrate this, we decided we're going to go into the DC animated movies because we're sad nerds, and I still think they're better than anything the Marvel Cinematic Universe has to offer.
Oh, and that's the
we did controversial opinions first, and well, it still hasn't ended when we really think about it.
Not really, no.
Okay, do you want to start off with any DC animated films?
Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Best film ever, 20 out of 100. It's amazing. It's got a brilliant score. It's fantastic. Theatrical release, it didn't do very well, but film-wise, oh god, I need the Blu-ray release now. If you don't know, Phantasm's one of my favourite films of all time, if I'm being honest. I absolutely love it. And if you haven't watched it, well, what's wrong with you? You should definitely watch it. Even if you don't like the animated films, you should watch Mask of the Phantasm. It is just that good. It set the standards for every other DC animated movie, and as far as I care, none of them have ever matched it, even under the Red Hood. Yeah. Right.
You right there?
Basically, Mask of the Phantasm was the one that kicked off this DC animated universe, and it's still the best. Don't beep at me, guy outside. Right. And it's at the right. Do you want to talk about the next film?
Oh,
Any other films you want to bring up?
Right.
All you need to know is Phantasm is the best without a question. That's not an opinion, that's just fact.
I think to go against the animated series, I think Mystery of the Batwoman.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a bit.
By the way, I'm just warning you, we don't care if you've got any context to these or not, we're still talking about these. But, right, just look these up, you'll understand the arguments anyway. Or watch them, maybe. Support the official releases.
Like I am.
Mystery of the Batwoman is fine. It just doesn't have any memorable features, in my opinion. I mean, apart from the final fight with Bane and the Batwoman design's alright for me.
I'm not a big fan of the Batwoman designs.
I think for that universe it works. I like how we start just talking about the animated ones. Right. So, after that it was Sub-Zero. Well, actually it was before. Sub-Zero is a very underwhelming one as well.
Yeah, I've not even seen it, so...
Right, it's one of those, you watch it and then you forget about it straight afterwards. It's to me, it's kind of like Thor: The Dark World of the animated universe.
Oh, jeez.
No, I like Thor: The Dark World as well.
Yeah, but you're wrong.
I still think The Incredible Hulk's worse. Like, Incredible Hulk is just a bad movie. But anyway, that's getting off topic. Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. What do you think of that one?
I've not seen it.
It's fantastic.
I've not seen it.
How have you not? Oh. Even for people who don't like Batman Beyond, everyone loves Batman Beyond. It's free on YouTube, the entire film, for God's sake, by DC themselves. You should definitely watch it. It is fantastic. It's got great action, it's got a great story. It's actually got a great detective story as well.
Oh, really?
They don't use a lot of detective elements, but it's a good detective story, trying to figure out who the Joker is. That's a really good twist. And it does kind of end the Batman section of the universe. So the whole thing's on the DC website. There it is, the WB one. Right. Any others you want? All right. Go on. You next. Choose your next film.
Gotham Knight. Let's choose Gotham Knight next.
Yeah, we watched that a while ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Together and all. What do you think of it?
It's a good film, but its tone is just a bit.
It's very unfocused, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's a bunch of 6 mini stories that have different animators for each one, different writers, and because of that, it's unfocused because it doesn't focus on just one storyline.
I like the stories that are presented, but what other ones better than others. But overall, I think it's a nice little package. I don't think it hurts anything. Shall we talk about the Frank Miller films?
The Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns and Batman Year One.
Oh, I've not seen Batman Year One yet.
Even though you've got it right there.
Yeah, I've got it right. Yeah, I've just not seen
Year
it.
One, I think, is a good adaptation. I think it's fine. It's not that great on its own. It's good, you know. But you know, if you're like me and you've seen 100 different origins of Batman, you kind of get these "Are you kidding me" vibes. But it's a good adaptation nonetheless, although I do think the Catwoman stuff's still a bit pointless, isn't it? That's just my personal preference. I prefer Selena like in the animated universe. And Dark Knight Returns.
Oh God, Dark Knight Returns.
Again,
fantastic.
I've stated in the backcast, if you haven't watched that, well, don't watch it actually. But what I've stated is I do not like the comic at all. Right,
even though you own it.
Yeah, I need it for the shelf. Right. But I think the animated films are brilliant. I love the animation. I like a lot of the voices, even though I know a lot of people have controversial opinions about them. I love the Batman v Superman fight. That's probably my favourite DC fight of all time now. I just adore that fight.
What about Batman versus the Mutant Leader?
That's good, but it's not Batman versus Superman, is it?
I actually found it better than the Batman versus Superman fight, to be honest.
I like it, but I've seen it before. It's just not as brutal as that, to be honest. But, right.
And to think Zack Snyder was going to do a Dark Knight Returns film.
To be fair, it would have been better than Batman v Superman.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah. So, before we go on to the New 52 stuff as well, because I've kind of separated this into two categories. We're going to be talking about pre-New 52 and the New 52 films. What about Under the Red Hood? What do you think of that one?
I think it's really good.
Same here, but I think it's a bit overrated at the same time. Because a lot of people say it's the best one ever, and I don't really see it.
Maybe not.
Right. I don't like the Joker's voice actor.
I mean, it's John DiMaggio.
I like the Black Mask stuff. I kind of like the Red Hood. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really a Jason Todd person myself. Nightwing was cool seeing. He's always cool. But some of the stuff like Amazo and Cyborg Ninjas, it's not for me. I'm just saying.
Robot ninjas.
But yeah, they're like these cybernetic robot ninjas that chase them. Like, what?
And I've got it right here as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yay.
But yeah, what's the conclusion? None of them are Phantasm. Just deal with it. I'm too brutal with these opinions.
Shall we go on to the New 52?
No, because we've got some other characters to talk about first. Have you seen the animated Wonder Woman one?
I haven't seen anything other than the Batman ones, okay?
Wait, oh, so this is just going to be me talking to myself.
Yes, it is.
Fine, but I can recommend some of them to you.
Yeah, can.
You know the Wonder Woman movie?
Yeah.
The 2017 one?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but done better. That's the animated Wonder Woman film. It's quite good.
Oh, wow.
There's the thing, though. Wonder Woman only ever got one film, so, in the animated one. But a sequel is coming out with Bloodlines, so, based on the comic of the same name, so I'm looking forward to that. I like Wonder Woman. She needs to be in more stuff, alright?
Because of reasons.
Have you seen the two Batman and Superman films? Batman, Superman, Public Enemies, and Apocalypse?
Now, you see...
You haven't, have you?
No, I haven't.
Public Enemies is really good. It's a bit cheesy at the end, but it's a really good team-up film. Plus, you get all the DC universe basically fighting Batman and Superman. No, trust me, you get to see like Superman versus Shazam, Batman versus Hawkman. There's a bit where they're surrounded by an army of DC villains from different bits and bobs. It's great. And the ending Lex Luthor fight's really good. And it's Kevin Conroy. So, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
And the sequel, Apocalypse, is very meh. Apart from the ending. Because it's basically Supergirl.
Oh, yeah, I know. Supergirl was just doing that side.
The ending where Superman and Supergirl take on Darkseid is a fantastic fight. But other than that, that's all I've got to say about that movie. It's really forgettable for me.
Okay.
I don't like Superman Unbound. I know a lot of people love that one. It's a Brainiac story.
Yeah, I know, it's a Brainiac
story. Yeah, but I didn't like it. Thought it was too overdragged and everything.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was a sentence. God, overdragged.
Yeah,
overdragged. And, what else? What was the other one? Oh, yeah. Superman versus the Elites. That has one good moment in it, but other than that, that was forgettable.
I've not even heard that.
Yeah, you're not missing much. Superman All-Star's a good movie. Guess what comic it's based on. But no, if you like the comic, you'll like the movie. I enjoyed it. And Superman Doomsday. The first Doomsday film.
Yeah.
Good opening 20 minutes. Then after that, it's a bit weird.
I'm not going to ask because I'm probably going to watch both of them at some point.
But I will say both of them are worth it, though. I do like Doomsday, even though after the first 20 minutes, it gets a bit weird.
How so?
A clone of Superman. And then when Superman comes back, he's got to fight this clone. And he's got the black... So it's basically black Superman. It's kind of like what the shirts we're wearing, because he's got a coloured... You've got a coloured Superman shirt, I've got the black Superman shirt. I just need a mullet and that, then it's perfect. God, mullet Superman needs to come back. It's so funny. And I think I've only got one more after... Well, no, two actually, technically. There were 2 Green Lantern movies. They're okay.
Oh, just okay.
I think First Flight is better, though, over Emerald Light. Because Emerald Light, I still can't tell you anything that happens other than Green Lanterns in it. And First Flight is just the basic Green Lantern origin and was far better than the movie. Sorry, Ryan Reynolds. Don't hurt me. Right, and I think that just now is the Justice League films. Crisis on 2 Earth is actually a good film. It's basically, you know, the... Did you ever read the Forever Evil storyline from the New 52?
I've read one comic and that's it.
It's like the crime syndicate. You know, it's Ultraman, Superwoman, and Owlman. It's actually quite good, that film. Owlman's a badass. And I can't remember, was there any... Oh, and Justice League: The New Frontier. It was basically set in the 1950s and had RoboCop voicing Batman before Dark Knight Returns. I think that was quite good.
Would you... Alright, this is going to be a bit confusing because your film was basically set in two universes. Both the the normal pre-52 universe and the new 52 at the end. I think you know which one I'm on about.
Flashpoint.
Yeah. That one's a bit confusing as it is. Not to mention middle universe.
You know what? We'll talk about Flashpoint, then we'll go on a little break.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think of the Flashpoint movie?
More better than the comic.
I love the Flashpoint movie.
Well, it's way better.
I finally read the comic as well.
And?
Yeah, I prefer the movie.
Yeah.
The movie's far better. I love the action. I love the animation. I love the concepts it brings. So obviously Wonder Woman in that is badass. They somehow made Aquaman look badass. Superman looks like me. Batman's a killing machine. And even though my only problem is I want more, which is a really good thing for saying. I want more of the Flashpoint universe animated.
Yeah, and then in the button, so in like for issue. That's it.
The button. Right. I think we'll go on a little break here. Right. Next up, we'll be talking about the New 52 portion and the later films. I know we've jumped a bit on the timeline here. We apologise for that. No, we don't. Right. But this is the structure we're going with. We're just kind of winging this. Right. We'll see you after these messages that don't exist. Don't swear at the thing. Hello, and welcome back to the New 52 section. This is going to be fun. So, to kick things off, we're going to be talking about Justice League War. What did you think of Justice League War, Kyle?
Probably watched one half of it.
What do you think of it so far?
The voice acting just put me off completely.
Yeah, it's a bit off-putting.
Yeah.
I do think it's a good movie, though.
It's
alright, you know.
It's hard to get into it.
I think once you actually get into it, it's quite good, though. But I think it's a better version of Justice League.
I think it would have been better with Kevin Conroy doing the voice.
So do I.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't help it. Help all that. Oh, well. Throne of Atlantis, what do you think of?
Not seen it.
Right, you've seen the trailer for Aquaman, haven't you?
Yeah.
Imagine the movie Aquaman, right, but with the Justice League in it.
And not to mention I read the comic as well, so.
And Justice League Dark.
Right. The only thing I like in it, and you can guess in it, isn't Batman.
It's Constantine, yeah.
Batman just.
What can
Batman do?
Yeah.
Against demons and shit. What can he really do?
I'm completely with you. Again, I really like Constantine in that movie, but Zatanna's wasted.
I'm not mentioning Constantine's getting a new movie as well, and I'm pretty sure Matt Ryan is in the role.
He better be.
I fucking hope so. Because in my eyes, he is Constantine. He is who Constantine is.
Do you want to talk about the Teen Titans movies? Have you seen any of them?
Nope.
You're not missing a damn thing. I don't like them. That's my opinion. Mainly for Damien. Speaking of Damien, Batman and Son, have you seen that one?
I've seen pretty much no New 52 movies.
Right. You know what the biggest sin of this film is?
Damien.
It brings in Damien. I hate Damien with a passion. Good God, I hate Damien. Then there's Batman vs. Robin, which, if you didn't watch the podcast, is another film I'm not exactly fond of because it made The Court of Owls boring.
Oh yeah, Jordan watched a clip from that.
What do you think?
He thought it was really clunky.
It is very clunky.
I went ahead and said to him, "Oh, you watched the clip from Batman vs. Robin? Yeah, that's where the shit Court of Owls come from. You know that, right?"
Yeah, again, I love The Court of Owls. It's just they were done terribly in this. Oh, good. That's it. I have not much to say about the new 52 film, honestly, but... Alright, fine, I've got two to talk about. One's pre-52, kind of, but I forgot to mention it. What do you think of Assault on Arkham? Because it's still technically a spin-off one.
I really liked it.
So do I. I think it's better than Suicide Squad.
Well,
No, it's a really good film. It's well written, it's well acted, it's well animated.
And as mentioned, it's a Batman film, which tricks you into buying a Suicide Squad film.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. And it's a good one as well, so... And not to mention, we get Troy Baker as a Joker, reprising this role from Act Margins.
Did you see Suicide Squad Hell to Pay?
No.
Quite a good film as well.
Oh, really?
It's not amazing, right, but it's definitely the goriest DC film. Like, you know, and also it continues from Flashpoint, because Reverse Flash appears and he's still got the hole in his head from Thomas.
You know what I'm going to get next time in town? I'm going to get, if it's there, I'm going to get both Flashpoint and I'm going to get Hell to Pay.
Hell to Pay is really good. I would definitely recommend it.
But that'll be when I next get paid. So.
Yeah, I know. Obvious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Batman films, the worst one in my opinion, Bad Blood. I do not like Bad Blood. I think it's terribly plotted. I hate the pacing. The only thing I like is Nightwing in it when he's being Batman, but he's paired with fucking Damien. Batwoman's shoved into it. Batwing shoved into it. It's an over-convoluted mess that leads no final impression on. And then, you know what that was followed up with? The Killing Joke. I think everyone said enough about The Killing Joke on the internet for us to really say anything.
It's one of my favourite comics that I've just ruined.
Again, I think the Killing Joke section's good, but that's it. And I don't think it's worth the travel to it, though. Because you have to go through that terrible Batgirl written section. We don't hate Batgirl,
we forgot about one movie.
Go on.
Batman and Harley Quinn.
No, we didn't forget about that movie. Everyone forgot about that movie. Alright, actually, being fair to it, it's not the worst thing I've watched. I actually got a few laughs out of it. Don't kill me for that. But no, I got some laughs out of it. It's not a good film, though. I'll just put it out there. And it's weird when you realise Bernadette from Big Bang Theory is doing the voice. That completely throws me off. I do like the animation, though, because it goes back to... Oh, speaking of Justice League films, there's one that I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Justice League Gods and Monsters. Have you seen that one?
No.
Really good. Basically, Superman's the son of Zod, Batman's a vampire, and Wonder Woman's from Apocalypse. Really good film. I'd recommend it. The villains aren't that interesting, but I think the concept itself sells it, and I want more of it. Right. Getting on to better Batman films, though, we're going to be talking about Gotham by Gaslight. I absolutely love this movie.
I've got it right here.
Yes, they can't see.
You can't see it.
What do you think of Gaslight?
Really good film.
Same.
It's really good film.
It's one of my favourites.
Nanny?
Yeah, that's it.
Is it
it's one of the rare ones that improves the comic.
Which you can get for like £12, by the way.
You should all buy it. It's Jack the Ripper versus Batman. It's so cool. And I like how it twists the actual universes up. Again, it's just very cleverly well done and written. And I think that's all I've got to say about it. Well, the problem is I want more. And the ending's a bit half-assed. But other than that, it's a good film.
Next, Batman Ninja.
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay,
Am I allowed to say? It's either you love this one or you hate it. I'm in the middle, if personally. Because again, I love how daft it can go. And I love the animation. But come on. Giant pseudo-Batman robots. What the actual...
Perfection.
It's... You either love it or you hate it. It's daft. If you like that. I don't like the 66 films. The 1966 throwback films. I don't like them. I like bits of Return of the Caped Crusaders because they're actually quite funny. But Batman vs. Two-Face is such a disappointment, and I hate saying that because it was Adam West's last film as Batman. And that really hurts saying. But I have to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. What's next?
I think that leaves us with the last film.
Death of Superman.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I've not seen it just yet. Plan to watch it though.
It's come out right now.
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend it. I think the pacing can be off depending on who you are. But overall, I think the final moments are worth it. I bet you can't guess what happens by the title.
Superman dies.
And I am looking forward to the next batch. Anyway, so what are your final thoughts on this?
DC animated movies will always be better than the DC live action movies.
Yes. And the majority of the cinematic universe. Phantasm is better! Please stand by, Sam's going on his Phantasm rampage.
Okay.
I think that wraps up for this section.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we'll be back after the fake messages once again, because we can't get sponsors.
Shot in the heart, and you're to blame.
Shut up, Bon Jovi, knock off 27. Right. Since we were just on about DC, we thought we would switch our attention to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know that unknown little thing that no one ever watches that definitely didn't break box office records this year? Yeah, that one. Right. So we're going to be looking back over the 3 films this year, and no, Venom isn't counting. Right. And seeing how the MCU did this year. Starting with everybody's favourite, except ours, Black Panther. What do you think, Kyle, of Black Panther?
Probably the most overrated film of all time.
Yeah, I completely agree. The fact that it got a perfect was absolute bollocks.
And the fact that now the Oscars will have the most popular film category because of this film. You hear that, guys? Michael Bay can win an Oscar now.
Right. Let me just start off by saying this isn't a bad film. It's a very underwhelming one, though. I don't like the pacing. I think some of the story structuring could be done a lot better.
CGI is just terrible.
No, CGI ranges from, oh, that city looks good, to, oh my god, this looks like Blade 2. And yes, I just said, and by the way, and I think that's insulting Blade 2. That CGI fight at the end is terrible.
I just have no words.
Right.
Like, the only reason this has got a high score is because we're black and we're proud.
Yeah, so do I.
I think that's just... I get why people would love it. I get it, but...
And I hope this does... And if it's impacted anybody's lives better, you know, like black children who want a superhero to look up to. Yeah. You know, good for it. Right. I'm happy it did well. I just wish it was properly earned, though. Because a lot of it does feel flat to me. I think the world building could have been better. Black Panther himself is boring.
They killed Claw off.
Claw was the best villain. Killmonger. No, Killmonger isn't a bad villain, but he's still not... I think his design's very lazy. And I know I'm going to get crap for that, but it's just Black Panther, but yellow instead of purple. Like, come on!
I mean, at least Michael B. Jordan is playing in a Rooster Teeth production. I mean, there's that, I guess.
Yeah, David Tennant's doing that and all, so...
Yeah, no.
And we're not talking about the Netflix shows. I don't watch them.
No.
Honest opinion.
No, I don't like them. I think the pacing is just really badly on them. And they've even admitted to how bad the pacing is because they're on a formula of 13 episodes. They just don't want to get rid of that.
It should be 8 episodes, if you ask me.
They're putting Iron Fist to 10 episodes now.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
They're doing the same with Lucifer, which I think is shit because, well...
I think we're getting on a bit of a tangent.
Sorry.
Alright. Needless to say, we're not big fans of Black Panther, and I still don't think it's held up well.
No, it's just...
This year, I'm sorry. If you like it, good for you, but it's not our thing. But moving swiftly along, Infinity War.
Really good movie.
I'm very conflicted on it.
Oh, wow, okay.
I've seen it twice. Right, and my only problem is, I like bits of the movie, but I don't like the whole movie. Let me just start off by saying I like the plot with Tony Stark in space with Spider-Man, but I don't like how Doctor Strange is paired up with him because I don't think them two are a good connection. Because it's basically him arguing with himself. Because those are both they're both douchebag guys with terrible facial hair. Right? They have got the same personality, except one's a wizard and one's a tech nerd, and the other's got spider powers around him. Again, I don't think that team. I think the team ups works. I just don't like the dynamic them two have with each other. But Spider-Man's just great. Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man by far. I like the Guardians plot. I wonder why. I love everything with Thor in it. I think the pacing does have 2 or 3 issues there though. Other than that, I like his pairing with Rocket and Groot. That works really well, and that opening scene is still brilliant. But it's everything on Earth that annoys me. I don't like anything that's happening on Earth. I don't like Captain America's plot. Right? It starts off with good potential, but then it's just wasted. Bucky comes out of nowhere, and then there's just Black Panther going, "I have a city we can hide in. Hide his mind soul." Other than anything else I can praise, I like Scarlet Witch and Vision's relationship on Earth, but that's the only thing I'm invested in. That's actually a good dynamic. But other than that, I like Thanos. I don't think he's an amazing villain unlike everyone else, but I think he's a really good villain.
He's better than most.
He's better than most, definitely. But I think there's a lot of power balancing issues with him though. Like, why is he bothering to fight him all one-on-one on Titan, when in reality, he could just throw the sodding moot away? He could just turn them all into spaghetti people. He does that earlier in the movie. Why doesn't he just do that to them all? Like, there's no consistency with him. But other than that, yeah, I enjoyed Thanos for what he was. I do wish he kept the armor on, though. Personal nitpick. Yeah, really good movie, but it's still not my favourite. Probably my 5th favourite Marvel movie.
Homecoming's your favourite, isn't it?
It's either that or Guardians. Or Ragnarok.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I said it. Oh, right. And the soundtrack's really forgettable. I'm sorry. And I don't like the final battle on in Wakanda.
Oh, wow.
I don't like it. Well, it's fine, but it's not amazing. I love the battle on Titan, though. Other than that, I kind of find it hard to recommend people this movie. I'd say if you've seen enough of the films, then yes, definitely go for it. But other than that, it's hard to call it a movie. I did enjoy myself, though. Let me make that clear. I did enjoy this. But I don't think it's the amazing hype everyone's made it out to be. And the ending is kind of ruined when you realise all the contracts some of them are on.
Yeah, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson, who was seen to be killed at the end of the movie, he's coming back in Spider-Man Far From Home, who Spider-Man is in.
Yeah, and all these ones have got sequels. And again, I do think as well, I've said this before, I think this is a tipping point. I think this is the top of superhero films will ever be. Right? Because from here, I can't see it getting any bigger.
Oh, and that goes on to the next movie.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, God,
Let me just state, I haven't seen this, but as someone who mildly kind of enjoyed the first film, but on the second rewatch didn't enjoy it too much, what do you think of Ant-Man and Wasp?
This isn't a heist movie. Well, it kinda is. But at the same time, it just strays away from it throughout the film, and it doesn't work. It tries to treat itself as a very serious movie, when it's about a person who can shrink the size of an ant and control them, and someone who's called the fucking Wasp.
Again, I've heard enough about this movie, and again, I said, would you recommend it to me, and you said no.
No. I have a lot of problems. It's very predictable. You all know that they're going to die at the end because of Thanos. By the way, the film takes part throughout the events of Infinity War. So it's Ant-Man's side of that story. And it just ends with all of them nearly dying, except from Ant-Man, who's trapped in the fucking quantum zone, or whatever it was.
Well.
Yeah.
I don't even watch that and know it better than you.
Yeah, but...
Is it bad? I only want to watch it for one reason. Michelle Pfeiffer's in it.
She's only in it for like 5 minutes.
That 5 minutes is worth it.
Like, she's like, oh, that ending is...
She's Janet, isn't she?
Yeah, she's Janet.
But other than that, I have nothing really, no motivation to watch. Do you think they're going to get better from here, though? next two. Because I don't think they could get past that Infinity War barrier, personally.
Also, another thing I actually did like from Ant-Man and the Wasp, I really like Ghost. I think her intentions were very understandable. They were very understandable.
I don't want to die. Help.
Yeah, and
That's it.
and because helping her would kill Janet, she goes and does it herself without even thinking of her life because she just wants to save her own life. It's selfish, but you can understand why she's doing that. I like that, and it's something that a lot of Marvel villains don't do. Be realistic and be understandable as a villain. Ghost does that. I mean, she's not around Thanos or Vulture levels, but she's definitely above characters like Ultron.
Yeah, but anyway, so to finish this section, how do you think Marvel's done this year? Personally, I think we've had 2 big misses, but 1 big hit. I do think last year was better though. I mean, we had Guardians 2, Homecoming, and
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And Ragnarok was really good. So
I think that wraps it up for here.
Yeah.
We'll be back after the fake messages once again. In Dragon Ball FighterZ news, Base Goku and Vegeta just dropped because I have the Fighters Pass. I've been playing as them.
Fuck you.
I absolutely love them. They're brilliant. They're the light characters.
Mm-hmm.
They're like that, but they've got a lot more snappy moves. For example, like Vegeta's got like throw moves now and everything. He's got some pretty he doesn't hit as hard as like Super Saiyan Vegeta and Blue Vegeta, but his combos are very quick, which I love. And they've actually got quite a bit of reach and all now. And Base Goku, same thing, except his Kaioken can be broken and he's got the strongest ultimate in the game. Oh, and by the way, Vegeta, his new combos, because he's got, Cell's teleport up and smash down move.
Yeah.
Vegeta's now got a ground pound move now as well. And trust me, it's heavy. It hits pretty hard. And Goku's Super Kaioken can be broken if mastered correctly. But yeah, their supers. Vegeta's super can be comboed pretty well. The Kaioken is very deadly. And the Spirit Bomb is the most broken ultimate in the entire game because it takes off 75% of your health if hit.
Oh.
The way to balance it, though, is it's very easy to dodge. Dodge! Right. Well, no, I ain't got much to say. I love the new animations. I think I'm going to be playing as these 2 for a long time. They're no Bardock, though. That's all I think I've got to say. Other than that, what do you think of Cooler being announced?
It's definitely cool.
Oh, you just wanted to say that.
Oh, I did.
I'm not really sure how I feel, because on one hand, I don't want another Frieza clone. But on the other hand, if we can have goddamn Base Goku and Vegeta as separate characters, I think this is acceptable. I hope he plays different enough, though. And by the looks of it, it kind of looks like it's doing that. Especially with his Super and Ultimate.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's hoping for Cooler. Now, now we'll be talking about My Hero Vigilantes.
Oh.
I'm not caught up on My Hero Academia though, so good luck.
It's a really good manga. I do have one large problem with it, and that's kind of it. Well, it's not really a large problem, but it's not bad. Basically, this kid called... Oh, one second, I'm not good with Japanese names. This kid called Kochi, who has the ability to slide along the floor, has no chance of getting through the hero course. So he does good things around town for people, like pulling away trash, recycling, helping people out, like crossing ladies across the street and that lot of shit. And he's generally loved by the public. So when it comes down to meeting Popstep, who is my problem with the series, because her fan service, she's not a bad character, just the fan service gets me, because it's like...
Isn't that just a genuine anime complaint?
Yeah, but just look at it.
They can't see.
Yeah, but... Just look up Popstep and you'll see what I mean. And these kids trying to rape Popstep because of her outfit.
Well, if you...
Yeah. And Kochi can't help because of his quirk, which is not helpful in battle. And here comes Knuckle Duster, the Batman of this universe.
Okay.
beats down these kids, looks at the tongues because I'll say later, and he asks Coach Chi if he wants to become his apprentice. Guess what he says?
No.
No. Yeah. He says no. And in the next issue, in the next chapter, Knuckle Duster just begs him to just go. You're joining me. You're joining me. You're joining me. And then it's just really good fun. And the reason Knuckle Duster keeps looking at tongues is because there's a drug going around that enhances people's quirks into more dangerous types of quirks.
So kind of like what All for One is.
Yeah, like, alright, imagine if
Like I said, don't take my quote on that. I'm not up to date on My Hero.
Like, imagine if you had a growth quirk. Imagine if you had a growth quirk. That is what you would turn into a bit.
They can't see.
I know, but I was showing you.
So a big scary monster.
Yeah, big scary monster. And the only way to tell if someone's taking these drugs is if the tongue turns black or not.
Right.
That's all I can really say, as, again, this is the first volume. Like, it's a set-up to the bigger event. It is set a few years before the main series starts. And we do see some cameos from different heroes from the series, such as Eraserhead, Endeavour, and All Might. Yeah, and you know what he says? Oh, yeah. And it's actually really good. In like the character slots, like when it tells us about the characters, Gochi was actually based off what Midori would be if he never met All Might.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So he will be a vigilante then.
Yeah.
And in this world, vigilantes are not allowed because they don't have full licenses to become heroes.
Would you recommend it alongside Hero Academia?
Yes, actually, I would.
Just as good.
It is just as good, honestly. I personally really like it, and even though it's the first volume, it's really good. And I'm actually hoping for the second volume to be available soon, so I can buy it and add it to my collection of Vivi stuff.
Do you think that makes a wrap, or do you have anything else to say?
Other than My Hero Academia is good and you should watch it.
It is pretty good, yeah. I do agree with that. It's better than the CW shows at the minute. And the Netflix shows.
But not as good as Lucifer. Lucifer.
The only problem with Lucifer is that it doesn't change.
Like,
but that's just me.
Yeah. Do you see what I mean about the police force?
I'm not scared. It's just me in human form, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying that. Well, that's not the point. All right. Do you think that makes a wrap for this episode?
I think that makes
right. All right. Thank you for watching, you poor hopeless souls. We will see you next episode where we talk about Jeremy Clarkson fighting a giant snake from Norse mythology. We'll see you then.